Okay, in case you didn't see my mini schemes from Dime, part 1 and part 2, some I forgot to mention throughout the video, so I had to make a quick edit just to let you know. What I like to do in this formation is I shade my covers to the middle. I'm going to take away any deep seam routes or anything like that. I use the hook zone on the right majority of the time, and I'll stay out to the right, and then I'll try to bait him and run over to the middle of the field, pick off anything quick to the tight end or running back. I just wanted to mention that in case you like the coverage is pretty much weak. I do run this on third and long situations, so don't run it on short. Obviously, you will get beat with drags, curls, or something of that nature. So again, sorry I had to edit that and throw that in there just to help you out with your coverage. Okay, for this mini scheme, I'm going to show you how to generate left C, right C, and double C gap heat. Come out of quarters 3 formation, quarters 3 deep formation, and the play you need to call is saw 3 seam. The play on the left there. Now I'll go ahead and tell you off top. At least I couldn't get these blitzes to work in practice mode, so that's why I had to show you during the actual game footage. It's on all pro level, which what you will be playing on online. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and start with the right C gap heat first. Okay, so to set this up, you need to man align, show blitz, and it's kind of similar concept and setup as the dime. For those of you who followed my dime part 1 and dime part 2, same concept. Okay, so man align, show blitz. Okay, now you need to contain your right defensive end. You need to hook zone your defensive tackle. And I like to hot blitz my middle linebacker, and then you reblitz. One other thing I want to mention: there's 3 safeties. I'll refer to the left safety, the middle safety, and right safety in reference to the screen. So in this case, we're going to blitz the right safety, Crocker. Okay, now it doesn't matter if you pinch your line, I'm still gonna get right C gap. If you aggressive block, I'm still gonna get it. The only way to stop it is to crash your line to the right, but you don't want to do that because you don't know where I'm coming from. So let's go ahead and just run it. Okay, there actually I got the right C gap. The tight end kind of got in my way, but I was still able to get it. Okay, I'll go ahead and show you the right C gap one more time just to show you real quick. Man align, show blitz, contain your right defensive end, hook your defense tackle, hot blitz your middle linebacker, and you want to reblitz the safety on the right. This time I'm going to aggressive block the offensive line. The tight end is actually getting in my way here, but he's still going to come in. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to run the left C gap heat. But honestly, if you're going to run the left C gap heat, you might as well run the double C gap heat because I haven't found a way to be able to generate the left C gap heat and then maintain my 3 hook zones underneath. So that's it. I'll go ahead and show you again. I wouldn't advise running this. You might as well run the double C gap heat because you're going to have the same amount of coverage. But I'll go ahead and show you. You'll need to man align, show blitz. You need to contain your middle linebacker, contain your safety on the right, and reblitz your left defensive end. And I like to use this guy depending on what your opponents are doing. Again, I've already said, if you've seen my dime videos, my mini schemes from that, shade your coverage left, right. Me, I like to do the middle for people that's exploiting the seam. So anyhow, let's go ahead and get the left C gap heat. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the replay, and I'll show you again why I don't really like to run the left C gap heat. Again, I couldn't do this in practice mode, so I had to show you an actual game footage, so sorry about the downtime. Anyhow, again, I only have 2 hook zones underneath, and they're lined up over to both slot receivers. Okay, now that's the same type of coverage we would have if we're running the C gap heat. Now, if that running back would have blocked, then my heat would have gotten picked up, and my coverage is pretty weak. So you're better off running the double C gap heat when you know they have to get deep. You got cover 3 shell, you got 2 corners dropping back in the blue, our safeties back in the blue, and then you have 2 hook zones. So what I would do is shade my coverage towards the middle, and that would take away any seam routes by your slot receivers. Your hook zones will play inside technique. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set up the double C gap heat. Even though this is double C gap heat, if the running back goes out for a pass, I'm only going to get pressure from one side. But the beauty of this is what I like: if that running back blocked, then I'm going to get double C gap heat, and he's going to have to make up his mind and pick one. So to set it up, you want to man align, show blitz. You want to contain your defensive tackle, contain your left safety, contain your middle linebacker, and you want to reblitz your right safety. Okay, and I believe I have the running back going off for a pass. So even though this is my double C gap setup, I should only get it from one side. Okay, so both sides didn't get there, but it looks like they both almost got there. So go ahead and I'll show you that one more time. Okay, this time I'm going to show you the double C gap heat, but this time I'm going to block the running back, and I'm going to aggressive block. Let's say they're expecting heat, just to show you it's still not going to work. Okay, to set it up, you need to man align, show blitz, contain your defensive tackle, contain your left safety, contain your middle linebacker, and you need to reblitz your right safety. Can't remember if I had a running back blocking. Okay, he's blocking, and I did the aggressive protect. I got my line blocking aggressive, so you think you pick up any heat. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay, that time the running back got confused and didn't know who to block. So I actually got both of my ends at the quarterback. I got Perry and Matthews. You know that everyone should know by now there's really no blocking him. So let's go ahead and take a look at the replay. Okay, aggressive block, and the running back's blocking, which just made it worse. Green Ellis got confused there, and I'm using this hook zone that's covering the slot on the right. I really wasn't paying no attention, but that's who I would be using. I would have took that away. That's why he's open off top. So again, you see with the running back blocking, it just makes things worse for your opponent. If the running back goes out for a route, then you're only going to get one side. But with the double C gap, someone's going to get in at the quarterback, unless they just block. It's going to take 7 to block this, and if they do that, then that's great, because that means that helps out our weak coverage. But again, we only run this in long situations, 3rd and 10, maybe 3rd to 12, somewhere in there. You don't want to run it if they only need short yards. Obviously, they'll hit you with a curl, drag, slant, or anything. So again, that's just something to mix in. If you enjoyed my dime blitzes, again, sorry I couldn't put this in practice mode, so I had to go in and out of replay and pick my plays over again, so I do apologize. But this is just part 1 of the mini scheme, and I'll be back with part 2 soon to show you my max coverage.